Tonight, a major telecom deal faces its biggest challenge yet. Four powerful social partners are demanding answers and calling for a halt to the proposed BTL Speednet acquisition. Is this about business or public trust? Then, amid growing outrage over the Mira Millions controversy, the National Trade Union Congress of Belize and the United Democratic Party joined forces. What are they planning and what does it mean for the government? Also tonight, a decade-old Auditor General's report is raising new questions as investigators sift through thousands of Ministry of Defense invoices. Were warning signs ignored for years? And an environmental concern in the Belize River Valley. Residents are being urged not to eat fish from parts of the river after dozens turn up dead. Plus, a Punta Gorda woman scratches her ticket expecting $50, only to discover she may be holding a life-changing prize. From accountability and controversy to environmental concerns and a stroke of incredible luck. The stories everyone will be talking about are next. I'm Sabrina Daly, and this is News 5.
Her laptop, her whole life in this apartment. If anything happens, it's more than just a loss. It's everything. RF&G Renters Insurance helps protect what matters most, even when you don't own the place.
Running your business just got easier with Medisco. Our dedicated representatives bring a wide selection of products straight to you, right when you need them. Simply choose the items your business needs and place your order instantly, fast, easy, and hassle-free. We offer a wide range of wines, spirits, food, beverages, and hospitality products from trusted brands, delivering quality and excellence for every occasion. Once confirmed, your order is processed immediately and prepared with care for scheduled delivery. From our warehouse to your shelves. Reliable service you can count on every time. Ordering made easy. Convenient online payment. Efficient cashless delivery. Medisco. Delivering products and payment convenience to power your business.
Welcome back. The proposed BTL Speednet acquisition is facing its strongest public challenge yet. Tonight, four major social partners are calling for the brakes to be put on the deal, saying Belizeans still do not have enough information about a transaction that could transform the country's telecommunications sector. The Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Belize Network of NGOs, the National Evangelical Association of Belize and the National Trade Union Congress of Belize say the matter is no longer just about one company buying another. It is about transparency, competition, governance, and whether a strategic national asset is being handled in public interest. In a joint statement issued today, the group says it has been in discussions with government, BTL, the Public Utilities Commission, and other stakeholders since January. But those talks, they say, have not answered key questions about the legality of the acquisition, the valuation of Speednet, possible conflicts of interest, consumer protection, and the future of workers. Their position is blunt. No further steps should be taken until the public gets the full picture. It is not every day that organized labor and the political opposition sit around the same table. But with public concern mounting over the Mira Millions controversy and the proposed BTL Speednet acquisition, the National Trade Union Congress of Belize and the United Democratic Party met in Belize City this morning to compare notes and chart a joint response. NTUCB President Ella Wade says the meeting was not only about today's issues, but about opening the door for more regular dialogue between the labor movement and political stakeholders on matters of national importance.
The issue obviously came up with the acquisition, and both of us, the opposition and NTUCB, are still at a point saying no to the acquisition. At this point, we don't have enough information. We don't know about the legality of the process. So we're both on the same page with that. On the way we move forward, there were some suggestions from both ends. We do have to go back to our different constituencies about those suggestions. NTUCB goes through a process where we have to engage our members in any decision and then have a vote. We have been meeting, as you know, with the social partners, NTUCB with the social partners, and we have begun to chart our way ahead as well with this issue. And my job now is to go to our meeting with the social partners and bring these recommendations from the opposition to see if they would agree to such recommendations in a way forward.
Collaborating can look like all these entities together taking to the streets.
Well, I cannot answer that right now. Again, that entails NTUCB's decision on the way forward. But believe me, that has crossed our minds, because if they do not listen to us via communication, via having a sit down with the government on the way forward, then that would be, it's not something we like to do. We do not like to interrupt any service of this country. We do not want to interrupt workers doing their job. That's how they get paid. But everyone gets to a point where, you know what, if you don't listen to us, then we have to take action.
While NTUCB President Ella Wade stopped short of saying whether the unions and the UDP will join forces in street protests, UDP leader Tracy Panton says the public should expect to see action in the days ahead. Panton spoke with us moments after leaving the meeting room, where both sides discussed what they describe as urgent national issues. Here's what she told us.
It's sufficient to say that we had a very productive meeting, almost 2 hours. We discussed the issues that we have common concerns, particularly the national issues before us. BTL, of course, being one of those important issues that require the kind of collaboration to ensure that the government understands that there are a number of organizations, including NTUCB, that share the same concerns. And also we discussed specific activities that we could do together to ensure that our voices are heard and amplified by the executive of the government, to ensure that the message is not lost, that the consolidation of the telecommunication industry, the way it is being handled, is not acceptable to us, and in our view does not serve the national development interests of this country.
Was any decision taken for both movements to come together and take to the streets?
We are not about to discuss or divulge the specific activities that we have agreed to. Those will unfold over the next couple of days. Obviously, the members of the General Council need to update their stakeholders, and we have an obligation to update our stakeholders as well, and then we move forward.
The pressure on the Bersenu administration appears to be building from more than one front. After today's meeting between the UDP and the NTUCB, both sides seem prepared to coordinate their pushback over the Ministry of Defense scandal and the proposed SpeedNet buyout. But one major question remains: will the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry join that public pressure campaign? The BCCI has long preferred dialogue, letters, and behind-the-scenes engagement over street protest. So during Wednesday's media roundtable, we asked whether the chamber is prepared to put diplomacy aside and take its concerns to the streets. Here's how they responded.
We've been having that conversation because we've been doing the work. We have been acting in good faith, having the conversations, requesting the meetings, and in some cases what has been the response from the administrations? They have removed representatives from the chamber from certain boards. That has been one of the ways that, you won't have access to the information either. So when we're talking about transparency and ensuring that we have a seat at the table. It's not so that we can be quiet. It's so that we are able to get the information that maybe people might get the information and don't even know what to do with it. But I think you're asking a very important question, because I think, as I said, we've been having that conversation, especially of late, and to see how you can actually get out into the streets and have people aware of what is happening and what action is required without it being politicized. Unfortunately, that is the big challenge that you have. The minute you hear, oh, this one is their UDP or their PUP or whatever, and that's why we have chosen to actually be grounded in policy.
Do appreciate our constituents in terms of our membership is almost divided down the middle. And so you won't get the kind of groundswell that you would expect. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And hence the reason why we're grounded in policy rather than just emotional and wanting to get out in the streets.
Labor unions do not typically rush into political protest, and for good reason. NTUCB President Ella Wade says the movement must protect its independence and ensure that its message is not swallowed up by partisan politics. But she says the current governance concerns are bigger than red or blue. Wade argues that every Belizean has a stake in what is unfolding, whether they support a political party or not. It is a view shared by UDP leader Tracy Panton, who also says the public discontent now runs deeper than party affiliation.
We are a political entity. We have a political prerogative. We make no apologies for that. But these issues are national issues. It affects obviously the political directorate, if you want to call that. It affects the unions, it affects civil society, it affects our communities at large. We can't keep doing the same things over and over and expect different results. That is a classic definition for being crazy. We're trying to find ways in which we can work together to support initiatives, if we can, that will help to hold the government to account.
The NTUCB, from ever since, has always met with anybody that wants to meet with them, as long as it has to do with work, with issues that affect workers or Belizeans or national issues on a whole. This is the third time we've been meeting with the opposition on various issues. We have actually agreed today to continue this engagement with having quarterly meetings, as we do with the Minister of Labor and as we would have wanted with the Prime Minister, but that is now twice a year. But yes, we had this, the leader of the opposition requested this meeting probably 2 weeks ago. We asked our council when would be a perfect date, and today was the date that we decided long before this issue with BTL and the acquisition came up.
Both leaders contend that the governance issues of the day go beyond partisan politics. After the break, the UDP is drawing a line in the sand on the proposed BTL SpeedNet acquisition. Tonight, why the party says Belizeans still aren't getting the full story.
My name is Ernest Miralda, and I'm 43 years old. I have lived in Monkey River Village most of my life. This is the place I grew up and where my family lives. When I was young, we had a big beach in front of the village. We had to walk quite a distance to reach the sea. There were 2 more rows of houses and then the beach. It was a free childhood in a beautiful community. I was about 12 or 13 when I realized the sea was taking the land. The sea just keeps eating the land. We had a big football field in front of the cemetery, and all of that is now gone. When we saw it getting closer to the school, that's when we realized how serious it was. In 2017, the cemetery where my grandmother was buried began to be taken by the sea. Her tomb slowly slipped into the water. The village was very concerned. People came together and started filling sandbags. It helped for a little while, but the erosion continued. Monkey River and neighboring communities came together to build a small seawall to protect some of the more vulnerable homes. The sea took my childhood home. Some families had to break down their houses and rebuild further back in the village. In my lifetime, we have lost at least 200 feet. Seeing the work done by the Ministry of Rural Transformation to protect the shoreline gives us hope. For my family and the whole community, it means protecting our home. Monkey River is special. We want our children and their children to grow here just like we did. We just want to preserve our community.
The Ministry of Rural Transformation continues to work with communities like Monkey River to protect livelihoods, strengthen resilience, and preserve Belize's coastal villages for generations to come.
Running your business just got easier with Medisco. Our dedicated representatives bring a wide selection of products straight to you, right when you need them. Simply choose the items your business needs and place your order instantly, fast, easy, and hassle-free. We offer a wide range of wines, spirits, food, beverages, and hospitality products from trusted brands, delivering quality and excellence for every occasion. Once confirmed, your order is processed immediately and prepared with care for scheduled delivery. From our warehouse to your shelves. Reliable service you can count on every time. Ordering made easy. Convenient online payment. Efficient cashless delivery. Medisco. Delivering products and payment convenience to power your business.
Dengue and Zika alert. Do your part by preventing mosquito breeding. The Ministry of Health reminds the public that as we enter the rainy season, be aware of the dangers of dengue, chikungunya, and Zika. These are infectious diseases that are transmitted by the bite of Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus mosquitoes. These mosquitoes are most active in early morning and late afternoon. Activities that should be done to prevent dengue and Zika include: avoid having containers that can collect water in your yard. Cover water storage containers such as drums. Change the water in flower pots every 4 or 5 days. These are ideal breeding sites for the mosquito. With the elimination of breeding sites in and around the yard, dengue and Zika can be avoided. Dengue and Zika begin with sudden onset of high fever. Other signs and symptoms include rash, joint pain, eye pain. The public is also encouraged to use mosquito repellent spray or lotion on the body or clothing. Do your part by preventing mosquito breeding. A health and wellness message from your Ministry of Health.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
In business, timing matters. Now, with Belize Bank's same-day settlement, transactions settled before 4 p.m. are deposited the very same night.
It's been a game changer for our cash flow. Waiting days to access our sales used to slow our business down. Now we could restock faster and pay our suppliers on time.
And with all the settlement, it's done for you every day. Same-day settlement from Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Her phone, her laptop, her whole life in this apartment. If anything happens, it's more than just a loss. It's everything. RF&G Renters Insurance helps protect what matters most, even when you don't own the place.
The UDP is saying no to the proposed BTL SpeedNet acquisition, and it is laying out several reasons why. The party says too many questions remain unanswered, from transparency and due diligence to consumer protection and regulatory oversight. According to the UDP, a deal of this size should not move forward without a much clearer picture of its financial, legal, and public interest implications. Today, we spoke with party leader Tracy Panton about that official position.
Long before now, the United Democratic Party was very clear on what its position would be on this proposed acquisition of BTL acquiring Smart and SpeedNet. I think it was 2 demonstrations. We organized to solidify our position on this matter. The position has not changed. It will not change. We can't have a rogue government making decisions for the Belizean people without consultation with the Belizean people. BTL is owned by every taxpayer that contributes to the Social Security Fund, Social Security Board Fund, and to every working class Belizean who pays taxes in this country. And so the Belizean people must be consulted. I think the information requested is reasonable and at the very minimum should be provided before any deal proceeds.
BCCI says it's putting the cart before the horse, and they believe that there's legal tactics that can be used to bypass the PUC. Your thoughts on that?
I would want to share the view of the president of the BCCI, who feels like it's a done deal. We've seen these tactics before. We understand that this government is gung-ho and doing what it wants, regardless of what its partners suggest would be a more appropriate way to address the issues that we are facing. They proceed anyway. There's little regard, little respect of our civil society partners, of our social partners. There's no respect, as far as I'm concerned, to the Belizean people. And so I understand his sentiment. After a while, you get jaded.
The UDP's release also alluded to a clear conflict of interest in the proposed acquisition, as well as risk associated with shifting the telecoms market from competition to a monopoly. BCCI President Giacomo Sanchez is not sparing either side of the political aisle. He says both the previous and current administrations have dragged their feet on implementing UNCAC, and he believes the reason is that politicians do not want to tie their own hands. Sanchez argues that without real political will, Belize continues to fall short on anti-corruption reform, and that failure is hurting the country's reputation abroad.
That was signed in 2016. We are exactly 10 years milepost, and what substantively has occurred? Nothing.
And there has to be a reason for that.
There's no political will because the politicians look at it from both sides of the fence as if we're banglings or, we're putting on bangles. We won't be able to do the kind of business that we're currently doing. Long and short of that whole story. At the end of the day, and then we look like fools in the international community because we've signed on to something and we're not holding our end of the bargain.
News 5 caught up with lead opposition Senator Patrick Faber today, and we asked him about his decision to lead Tuesday's Senate walkout. Faber says he has no regrets about walking out of the Senate meeting, even though there were important debates to be had and important votes to be taken. He says that it was an opportunity to sound the alarm and send a loud signal that the vote inside BTL's boardroom was an attempt to hoodwink Belizeans. UDP leader Tracy Panton also weighed in.
What was attempted to be done there was that we were to conduct the business as normal. And I'm not discounting the importance of any of what was going on in there. The CARICOM Freedom of Movement bill, in fact, that we were about to debate is very, very important. And in fact, At some point this week, we still intend to get out our points on that. We had just concluded an information session with the Deputy Director General of Foreign Trade, and we raised many concerns about that bill. So that business was important, but I think we would have missed an opportunity to sound the alarm and send the signal loud and clear that what was happening in the boardroom at BTL was much more important, and that the government and the leadership at BTL were trying to hoodwink the Belizean people into a deal that, of course, all of us understand by now. It's not the UDP, it's not only the independent senators, the business community, the church, everybody in this country pretty much has sounded the alarm to the government that we don't want this deal without the proper processes for accountability being followed, and they were trying to push that down.
I think it sent a very strong and a very clear message, and certainly we have our lead senator right here who led the charge. We're very proud of him. But certainly I think for the first time in Belize's history, we had that kind of collaboration, and it, in my view, sent a very powerful signal, and should have sent a very powerful message to the government that we will not sit by idly and allow them to do as they please in this country.
Senator Patrick Faber says Church Senator Louis Wade may oppose the proposed acquisition, but he missed a key opportunity to send a stronger message to the Bersenio administration. Wade was the only independent senator who did not follow Faber's lead in walking out of the Senate meeting. Faber argues that if Wade had joined the walkout, the meeting would have lost quorum and would have been adjourned. We asked Faber what he makes of Wade's decision.
I would merely say that I know from his position with some of the other media heads, Jules Vasquez and I think Mose Hyde, and he himself at one point held an entire press conference to say how strongly they oppose this, and I think he missed a wonderful opportunity to send that message loud and clear, in particular since it affects his business. But we understand that he did not sit there in his capacity as a private businessman. But even more so then, because we know the church's position, I believe he should have left with the other senators and made the powerful stance. In fact, I want people to understand that had Senator Louis Wade walked out with the rest of us, that the meeting itself would not have been able to continue because they would not have had a quorum in the Senate. As you know, the opposition has 3 members and there are 4 senators there, so it would have been 7 to 6. And the quorum necessary would not have, I believe that is the case, would not have been possible, and the meeting would have had to close down at least for the time. And maybe that's a signal we want to explore for the future. Listen, while the matters before the Senate may not at all be the matter having to do with BTL Smart, listen, if you're not exercising proper judgment, doing things right and by the book, and I believe by now even members of the Prime Minister's own cabinet has signaled this, then we cannot close our eyes and behave like everything else is okay, so we will have trouble down the road.
The Senate meeting did go on, and a couple bills were voted on in the absence of the opposition and 3 independent senators. Still ahead, flying out of Belize? Get ready to pay more. Why officials say the increase is the price of safety.
access energy for cooling, lighting, and powering our electrical appliances and devices at work and at home. During cooler months, we rely less on cooling appliances such as fans and air conditioners. However, during warmer months, as the temperature and humidity rises, we use more energy to cool our spaces, and our appliances and electrical devices work harder than they do during the rest of the year. When the months become hotter, let's all practice energy conservation. Here are a few changes that you can make to manage your energy use. Check that all appliances and electrical devices are working efficiently. Turn lights off when not in the room. Unplug chargers, appliances when not in use. Turn off fans and TVs. Use energy-saving light bulbs such as LEDs. And look for the Energy Star products when purchasing appliances and electrical devices. These easy changes can reduce energy use and costs. You can also monitor your energy use during the month by reading your meter and calculating the reading using BEL's bill calculator on our mobile app or by visiting our website. Let's all save energy.
Easy. Accessible. Safe. Yours. Digi Wallet. Easy, accessible, safe, yours.
Are you enjoying the incredible voices of KTV The Remix Season 8? Well, don't forget, the power is in your hands. This week, each remaining contestant has been assigned a new voting number. To vote for your favorite KTV contestant, simply text the number of votes, followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. And remember, you can also send credit directly to your favorite contestant's assigned smartphone number. Here are this week's remaining contestants and their new voting numbers.
¿Qué más quisieras te viera? Vuelvo siempre, vuelvo realidad. Me gustas tanto.
Tomamos unas copas y en el bar se echó a llorar.
Me muero por besarte, dormirme en tu boca. Me muero por decirte que el mundo se equivoca.
Como la flor con tanto amor, me diste tú, se marchito.
Aquí solo importa nuestro amor. Te quiero, ay, muy prohibido. Por las
Who will make it through to next week? Your vote can keep your KTV star on the stage. Vote before Sunday at midnight. Join us at The Bliss every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for KTV The Remix Season 8.
Introducing BB Insurance, built for Belize. Your security, our priority.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
For years, split payments operated like a loophole hidden in plain sight. Public invoices were broken up, approval rules were sidestepped, and oversight systems failed to stop it. A decade-old Auditor General's report had already flagged the practice. But today, as thousands of invoices at the Ministry of Defense come under review, those findings carry new weight. The question now is not just how far back this goes, but why government after government allowed it to continue. News 5's Paul Lopez has that story.
Split payment invoices at the Ministry of Defense has dominated the news in recent weeks. But an Auditor General's report from 2015-2016 shows this is not a new practice, nor is it tied to only one administration. The audit, which reviewed financial records at the Isabella Palma Polyclinic, found 8 cases where payments were split. That number is tiny compared to the thousands of invoices now under review, but the method is the same: break up payments to avoid approval rules. At the polyclinic, expenses above $3,000 needed approval from the regional manager. Similarly, government ministry payments above $10,000 require higher approval. Here are some examples pulled from that audit report. A $4,819 invoice from a restaurant was paid on the same day using a check for $2,000 and another for $2,819. Both carried the same invoice number. In another instance, a $3,444 quote from a vendor was paid on the same day using 2 separate checks, valued at $1,722 and $1,722.20. And if this decade-old pattern looks familiar, it's because it's the exact same strategy that the Ministry of Defense has been employing for the past 5 years with its vendors. And while that example is nowhere near the scale of the current Ministry of Defense scandal, we asked Panton today whether she was ever aware of split payments being used while the UDP was in office.
I served as a Chief Executive Officer in the Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation. As this Chief Executive Officer, you serve as the accounting officer for that ministry, and I can say never during my tenure were there ever such a practice within the Ministry of Tourism and Civil Aviation. I am not aware that it was the practice in any other ministry, but if it was wrong and it cannot continue.
It is that very 2015 audit report that the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry is now using to support its argument that split payments are part of a systemic corrupt practice abused by persons in authority.
The thing that is interesting is that you still have your technical people very often in the same positions, right? And it's whether a minister can give you a directive by word of mouth or whether there needs to be documentation for you to actually follow through, right? What are the systems within the government system that actually means that you have been authorized and then that you can abdicate, you know, your responsibility, your personal responsibility from saying, I have been instructed to do this. Here is the documentation to do it.
But people who do that go home.
Very often. Because it's not the normal practice that somebody stands up and says, or it's not the process that you have to do it. So I think it's how we put that system in place and have it not on autopilot, but it becomes the culture.
In her report, former Auditor General Dorothy Bradley stated that the split payments were used to circumvent financial regulations and pointed to a possible willingness to ignore the procurement and payment rules for polyclinics. And based on those 2015 findings, the audit report recommended strict adherence to the financial orders. But there was no recommendations for anyone to be held accountable for the practice of splitting payments to avoid established regulations. The question tonight is whether Auditor General Maria Rodriguez will make a similar pronouncement following the ongoing audit. Reporting for News 5, I am
Paul Lopez.
Travelers leaving Belize will soon have to pay a little more, and the Belize Airports Authority says that extra cost is about keeping airports safer. Following Cabinet's approval of a new $10 aviation security fee, News 5 asked the authority why the increase is necessary. Officials say the money will help Belize strengthen airport security, keep up with changing international aviation standards, and better protect passengers, staff, and airport facilities. The revenue will go toward hiring and training more security officers, expanding CCTV coverage, and purchasing upgraded baggage screening and X-ray equipment. According to the authority, aviation threats are changing, and Belize must invest now to keep its airport secure. Coming up, color, creativity, and new opportunities. Young artists are showing off skills that could shape their future.
When I install an AC system, I recommend Rheem from Benny's. Unlike inferior units that drive up electricity costs, restrict yard flow, and wear out quickly, Rheem has the right solution for every space. With a wide range of options, I can choose the right Rheem system to keep every customer cool, comfortable, and satisfied. Because at Benny's, quality is saving.
Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and saving.
Her phone, her laptop, her whole life in this apartment. If anything happens, it's more than just a loss. It's everything. RF&G Renters Insurance helps protect what matters most, even when you don't own the place.
At Cellular World, we believe technology shouldn't just be functional. It should make your home uniquely yours. Design your smart home with the full range of Samsung appliances and TVs. Equip your kitchen with smart and stylish fridges, advanced microwaves, and whisper quiet dishwashers, bringing smart living to the heart of your home. Make daily tasks simple with efficient smart washers, powerful dryers, or an all-in-one laundry hub that adapts to your lifestyle. Experience true-to-life colors and spot-on sound with the Samsung Q LED Smart TV. Connect all your spaces instantly with the SmartThing app for seamless control wherever you go. Get all your Samsung products today with the peace of mind that only the 1-year warranty from the authorized distributor can give you. So stop by your favorite location and start designing your smart home today. Only at Cellular World.
Are you enjoying the incredible voices of KTV The Remix Season 8? Well, don't forget, the power is in your hands. This week, each remaining contestant has been assigned a new voting number. To vote for your favorite KTV contestant, simply text the number of votes, followed by a space, then your contestant's assigned voting number, and send it to 585. And remember, you can also send credit directly to your favorite contestant's assigned smartphone number. Here are this week's remaining contestants and their new voting numbers.
¿Qué más quisiera te viera? Vuelvo siempre, vuelvo realidad. Me gustas tanto.
Tomamos unas copas y en el bar se echó a llorar.
Me muero por besarte, dormirme en tu boca. Me muero por decirte que el mundo se equivoca.
Como la flor, con tanta amor, me diste tú, se marchito. Aquí solo importa nuestro amor, te quiero. Ay, muy prohibido, boom, boom, dan por las calles.
Who will make it through to next week? Your vote can keep your KTV star on the stage. Vote before Sunday at midnight. Join us at The Bliss every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for KTV The Remix Season 8.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100 key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Residents in the Belize River Valley are being told to stay away from fish and other aquatic life from parts of the river after an unusual fish kill left dozens of dead fish floating this week. The Department of the Environment says early signs point to low oxygen levels in the water, but investigators are still working to confirm what triggered the die-off. For communities that depend on the river, the warning has raised bigger questions about what it is in the water, how widespread the problem is, and when it will be safe again. News 5's Brittany Gordon has the story.
The Belize River may look calm today as it winds through the river valley, but residents say something troubling is happening beneath the surface. Hundreds of fish appear to be struggling to survive, and earlier this week, dozens were found dead along the river banks. The big question tonight is why.
That only could be a suspicion that something from way up in Cayo side or somewhere along the riverbank above us. Something went in the river because I remember back about 10 years ago, same thing happened. But that time, it was mainly the lobsters they kill out. Like from back then till now, they see lobster again. And the same way, I guess they wipe out them again.
A multi-agency team is now looking into the Belize River Valley fish kill. Officials have tested the water and assessed possible pollution sources. Early findings point to low oxygen levels, but the cause is still unknown. We asked ecologist Dr. Colin Young what could be behind the drop.
Large amounts of sedimentation that goes into a waterway that has runoff that includes fertilizers like nitrogen and other fertilizers that you would use on a farm. And with the recent large amounts of rainfall that fell in that particular area, you would expect that there's a large amount of sediment load going into the waterway that ends up in the river. This can then cause the growth of bacteria and algae and other organisms that takes up and use up the oxygen.
Investigators still have not confirmed what caused the fish kill in the Belize River Valley, and officials are not ruling out heavy sediment in the water as a possible factor. For now, the Department of the Environment is urging residents to play it safe. Do not eat fish or other aquatic life from the affected areas, and do not drink untreated water or use it for cooking or for animals. While most households in the River Valley rely on BWSL water, which the DOE says is safe, some residents still depend on the river, making the warning especially important.
Yes, I'm concerned about it because the animal go drink water from the river, and you know, people come and they bathe in it because we have a sand shower right in the back there. But right now the water is high, so I never expect like anything like that. So quite some time I no go fishing because what Jaguar the wrong story. And I just was planning to go when my son tell me, he say okay, I'll go fishing again right now. He said because the fish then they dead.
While the community remains uncertain about the safety of the water, residents are hopeful that they will soon be able to use it again, as they have already seen improvements in the appearance and the number of dead fish has decreased. Does it look better to you?
Much better.
What's different about it?
Hardly any fish floating past, and the water now as dark as yesterday and the day before.
Dr. Colin Young says the dead fish may not point to where the problem started. The source could be farther upstream. He explains that deeper, wider, and slower parts of the Belize River can trap pollutants and lower oxygen levels, creating deadly conditions for fish. With heavy agriculture in the area, Young says monitoring and enforcement are critical.
Many years ago, there was issues with a canal that was dug, and the concerns that were raised about the fact that such a canal and the amount of water and sediments and fertilizers and so on that can go into the water had the potential to negatively impact the environment. Subsequent to that story, which is now multiple years old, there has been other canals that are moving sediments into the water.
Residents like Sharon Robinson remain concerned, despite halting her use of the river, as rising tides may cause the water to flow into her yard and potentially harm animals or plants.
Everybody have to worry because even though you see it low there, when it come up, if you see the water back and the house iron, it come up, then it don't cross the road on our area, in this area. But a low section upriver have a low thing where it come in. Then when it come in, it come way in my yard through the back.
Dr. Young says development cannot come at the expense of the environment. He argues that Belize already has laws in place, but they must be enforced. Residents are now calling for a full investigation and accountability if pollution played a role. Brittany Gordon for News 5.
Young aspiring creatives from Belize City were awarded certificates today to mark the completion of the Department of Youth Services Stained Glass Workshop. Across the country this summer, young people are getting the chance to learn something new without having to pay $1. One of those opportunities was a 3-day skills training camp led by an industry expert and longtime supporter of youth development in Belize. The camp is part of more than 40 programs being offered by the Department of Youth Services this summer, all designed to give young people from different backgrounds hands-on experience and practical skills they can use beyond the classroom.
A group of young Belize City students spent the last 3 days turning pieces of glass into works of art. The Department of Youth Services has wrapped up its stained glass workshop, where more than 15 young people learned how to create colorful pieces inspired by Belize's national symbols. With help from skilled instructors, the participants got hands-on training in the full process, from design to cutting and assembling, using both traditional and modern techniques.
This isn't our first stained glass camp. We did one 2 years ago in Punta Gorda, which was very successful. We focused on history, how our histories in Belize and in the United States do have a lot of similarities. So we made quilt patterns from the Underground Railroad, so they were able to incorporate the learning of the history of slavery and moving towards freedom, and also geometry, mathematics, as well as using scientific principles to solder the glass.
For 11 years, Jaquita Savaru has been using her engineering background to inspire young Belizeans. The former US-based architectural and aviation engineer works alongside the Department of Youth Services to bring fresh, hands-on learning experiences to youth across the country. Her camps change every year, from robotics in Punta Gorda to other creative and technical fields, giving students a chance to explore, build, and learn by doing.
We brought it to Belize City because we thought that it would be a good opportunity for young persons in Belize City to learn a new skill. It's not something you see regularly. It's not something that there's a market for in Belize in terms of you see a lot of people doing it. What I mean by that, but you can come and create your own market in terms of that.
The inclusion of the stained glass workshop is a shift in youth projects toward more niche competencies. By establishing avenues for our youth to develop these skills domestically, we nurture both their creativity and entrepreneurial spirit, not to mention bolstering the overall proficiency of our workforce down the line.
Well, my thoughts on this, like the event itself, I think it's a very engaging for the youth and would be a very nice part to say, okay, I want to learn this, I want to do that. And with the guidance of Ms. Jokita, I believe that you can even pursue something like this on your own.
As we looked around the workshop, we got to see the attendees fully immersed in their projects. Many students were applying the same techniques used in the making of cathedral windows to portray the vibrance and majesty of our national symbols in all their glory. The level of focus and tireless dedication put into these works was on full display as these marvelous pieces came to life in the hands of our very own.
Come out and take the opportunity to come and learn something new. Our camps are always focused on skills, learning, building leadership, and so we hope that every year that the camp grows and young persons can come out and take advantage of these camps. All of our camps are free at the department. We don't have to pay a cent. We cover everything.
These camps are more than summer activities. They give young people a safe place to learn, create, and discover what they're good at. As the job market changes, hands-on skills like these can give Belizean youth a real advantage. Investing in them today helps build the Belize of tomorrow. This is Devin Sabal reporting for News 5.
Up next, a quick scratch, a double take, and suddenly everything changed. A Punta Gorda woman strikes it big.
Connected in the USA for Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
With everything going on in a day, it's easy to overlook a renewal date. That's why Home Protector Insurance sends a simple reminder to help keep you on track. Home Protector Insurance, if it's worth something, insure it.
Every dollar you save today is a seed for tomorrow. Let your dreams take root and grow. Belize Bank, your future, our commitment.
vacation is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world, Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. Every vacation imaginable. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
Sport has the power to inspire, unite, and transform lives. Now it's time to shape its future. The National Sports Council of Belize is developing a new Belize National Sports Policy and Strategic Plan, a roadmap that will guide the growth and development of sports across the country for years to come. But we can't do it without you. Whether you're an athlete, coach, federation representative, parent, sponsor, sports fan, or simply passionate about sports in Belize, this is your opportunity to have your voice heard. Join us at one of our public consultations taking place across the country and help us shape the future of Belizean sport. Toledo, Monday, August 10th. Kyle, Tuesday, August 11th. Stan Creek, Tuesday, August 11th. San Pedro, Wednesday, August 12th. Belize District, Thursday, August 13th. Corozal, Thursday, August 13th. And Orange Walk, Friday, August 14th. Your ideas, your experiences, your vision. Together, let's build a stronger future for sport in Belize. Have your say. Shape the future of Belizean sports. The National Sports Council of Belize. Building the future of sport together.
A Punta Gorda woman thought she had won $50 on a scratch-and-win ticket. Then she looked again and realized there were a few more zeros. The longtime player had bought 4 tickets at a neighborhood store when one of them turned into a $50,000 surprise. She has not yet decided what she will do with the money, but today she stopped by our office to share the excitement of a win she says still feels hard to believe.
I bought the ticket yesterday and I started scratching it. I bought 4 tickets. So I scratched one and then I saw $50. I thought it was $50. So I put it aside and I scratched the other 3. I won $20 on the other ticket. So I came back to the same ticket and I scratched and I saw some zeros. I'm like, wow, I won $50,000.
And how did you feel the moment you realized?
I felt happy and excited, and I said, I can't believe it.
Do you have anything specific you plan to use the money for?
Well, not at the moment. I have to focus and think what I'm going to do with it.
And what was the reaction from your friends and family?
Well, not much of them know, except for my son out there and my sister.
How long have you been buying scratch and win for?
I've been buying scratch every so often, $2, $1.
And this is your first time winning something?
I win small, like $2, $10, $20.
You think now that you've gotten big, 50,000, you keep on buying scratch?
Of course, I will.
The winner said she's looking forward to discussing with family how the money can be best spent for their long-term benefit. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.